Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad Panrich. Well, the snow is knocking on the door. Already getting some reports of some snow falling in and around Beach and Sugar Mountain. When you look at the satellite and radar together, there's quite a few showers, snow showers and flurries already moving into the North Carolina mountains, Southwest Virginia, and even a few areas east of the mountains. As we look upstream, this is what's happening through the evening hours. We've got very cold air, Arctic air spilling over the relatively warm waters of the Great Lakes, which are still in the low 40s in some locations as far as water temperature. So all that moisture is being picked up and transported down to the south and east, and it's going to interact with the North Carolina mountains and dump some heavy snow. There's also a little piece of energy back here in Indiana and Illinois. We'll take a look at that. You see this shading here. This is what we call a shortwave or vorticity maximum. This is a little disturbance in the atmosphere which is going to rotate in later this evening and really help enhance the snowfall as it moves through the North Carolina mountains. On top of that, the temperature will be falling overnight. We'll begin to see the winds pick up. So even though we're talking about snowfall amounts in the mountains between 2 to 4 inches with a few spots close to 6 inches, it's going to seem a lot worse than that because of the blowing, drifting, and the very cold temperatures. Speaking of how much snow are we talking about, let's look at some of the model data. This is a short-range model that I look at quite a bit through 36 hours. We'll go in real close here. And remember, the legend is over on the left here. If we go into Ashe County, you can see right around Jefferson, you're looking at about 1 to 2 inches. But as you head up towards Mount Rogers, you're talking that is going to peak out at about 9 inches in the red. Down here in Watauga County, we're talking about 4 to 5 inches in this green area. Right around Boone, about 3 inches. Sugar Grove, about 4 inches. Over towards Banner Elk, you're looking at about 5 inches. I would assume 6 to 7 inches at Beach and Sugar Mountain over towards Grandfather Mountain. Roan Mountain over here, you're looking at close to 8 inches down towards basically I would say Grandfather Mountain probably close to 8 inches as well. The big totals that may actually end up being in the Smoky Mountains down here. You see this area in white? That's 13.5 inches right along the Tennessee line. Near Mount LeConte, I would expect about 14 inches. That's because the flow is going to be coming right out of the northwest. And again, this is for the next 36 hours. So this is through Wednesday night. So we're talking the next almost 48 hours or so. All of this mess will be moving down here. The big concern for me tonight is going to be the blowing and drifting and the near whiteout conditions at times. So the roads are going to be very treacherous. This will be by far the worst snow we've seen so far this season. One other model I want to show you. This is just a 9-hour forecast, and you can see pretty much all of the mountains seeing about 1 to 2 inches, some spots 3 inches, just through about 9 p.m. So the snow is going to ramp up really quickly this evening. Once it starts, it's just going to keep picking up through the evening, and even east of the mountains, we could see a few snow flurries here and there. So that's the latest. I would expect heavy snow to start picking up within the next couple of hours. 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, it really cranks up. And as this flow up here over the Great Lakes, this northwesterly flow, right in here, actually, let me show you what that looks like. We'll put the surface winds. You see right in here where the winds are more northwesterly. Down here in North Carolina, notice the arrows are more west-northwest. Once this little disturbance and this northwest wind kind of picks up, we'll have a connection from Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, and Lake Huron all the way down to the North Carolina mountains. That's when we really begin to see the snow totals pile up. I'm going to loop this one time just so you can kind of see how this all moves through the Great Lakes. It's big, big spin in the atmosphere and some really cold air. Because we had such a mild December, these lakes are really warm. So even though this moisture is pretty shallow, we actually will see some pretty good snow totals moving into the North Carolina mountains. Of course, I'll be on tonight at 6 and 11. Please be safe out there tonight if you're traveling through the mountains or early in the morning. I expect very, very dangerous road conditions to last throughout your Tuesday and even into Wednesday. So please be safe. We'll keep you up to date on any watches or warnings right now. Just winter weather advisories, but don't be surprised if that's upgraded to a winter storm warning later tonight.